Can you? Okay, so in previous sessions and all, we have completed most of the development part. So Tableau desktop, how to do the Tableau development in Tableau desktop. So that we have seen. And also we have seen how to answer some business questions and how to create some different varieties of charts which are not directly available in Tableau. So there are some 24 charts which are quite directly available in Tableau. So apart from these charts, we have also created some of the charts like waterfall charts, donut charts, and also we have created um, analysis charts, comparative analysis charts, and also cohort analysis charts. Okay, so that's about most of the development part, so Tableau development. So now we are going to see about Tableau server. So after doing the development, we are going to publish our work to the Tableau server. So currently we are publishing in Tableau public so that we can share our work with the other people. So in Tableau server is one thing where you can host your Tableau work. So every time we can't share this Tableau file with the users or to the clients. So we just publish our workbook to some browser so that users can go to that browser and they can log in and see this Tableau dashboards. So this is a theoretical part of Tableau server where I will cover what is Tableau server and what are the components of Tableau server. So these are the basic introduction session about Tableau server. So there is a separate opportunities will be available for Tableau server as well. Tableau server admin. So Tableau developer is different and there is Tableau server admin is different. So we need to have some basic idea that how Tableau server works. So that's why I'm giving this session for you so that it will be helpful for the developers. Okay, so in this session, we are going to discuss what is Tableau server and what are components of Tableau server and key points about Tableau server. And whenever we publish Tableau as an extract, so we schedule the refreshes and the list of accesses in Tableau server. So what type of accesses that are available in Tableau server and what are the best practices. So that we are going to see. So mostly it will be theoretical. Okay, so what is Tableau server? So Tableau server is online hosting platform. Online hosting platform. So basically whatever that we do, development that we do using Tableau desktop. So if you want to publish, so we'll use this Tableau server, which is online hosting platform. Server online hosting platform. Okay, so it will hold all your Tableau workbooks, Tableau data sources. So all you really need to know is that it works like any other server where you can store things and it will be away from the hackers. So this Tableau server is very safe and reliable and it is very safe from hackers. So Tableau server is a product of Tableau. So it is one of the products. So as we discussed in the earlier classes, so there are some multiple products that are built by Tableau software company. Okay, so Tableau desktop, so which we so the sessions the previous session what we were discussed about is completely about Tableau desktop, and we also have Tableau server. So these are interrelated. Okay, so Tableau desktop, whatever you prepare in Tableau desktop, so when you want to share your work, you need to publish in Tableau server. So it means you can use functionality of Tableau without needing to always be downloading and opening workbooks to open with Tableau desktop. So you don't need to share this workbook. So whatever charts that I have created, so you don't need to share this work with you don't need to send this file to all the users. Let's say you have 100 users or 1,000 users. So you don't need to send this a file to anybody. You just need to publish it in the Tableau server, and they can go log into their server and they can see the dashboard in the browser. So that way we can avoid downloading the dashboards and opening it again. So they don't need to have any Tableau desktop license. So currently we have Tableau desktop license. Okay, so we are having some product key. For Tableau server, we don't need any license. So we just need to provide access to the server. So you can set permissions to different bits of work to allow you as an organization to determine who can access and interact with what. So let's say I have this regional information, select all, and say okay. And I'll just log in to the Tableau public. So I'll just log in. To show that Tableau also identifies which user has logged into the Tableau desktop. So even in the Tableau server, Tableau will understand which user logged in. So I'll just enter user logged in. Okay, so how we will know that information? So I'll just enter the username or full name. Okay, so it will show my name. So I have logged into Tableau public. So in this way, I can see my name. So in Tableau server also, you will be logging in with your credentials. So there you might be seeing your employee ID or you might be seeing your own name itself. So in this way, so we have options like filters like username. Username. So returns the username for the current user. Say okay. Okay, so this is the current username. So I have logged in with tummasagar8@gmail.com. So this is showing you my Gmail ID. So when I say username, it is showing you that Gmail ID. And when I say full name, if I say full name, so it will show my full name. Okay, so this way we can control uh, region. So let's say if let's say username equals to Sagar or list of okay, sagar8@gmail.com. Okay, say okay, calculation, and then region equals to east. I say apply. So I'll apply this calculation to say true. Okay. And when I drag this region, I'll drag this region and I'll also put this calculation too in the filter and I'll select true. Okay. So here I have written username equal to tummasagari8@gmail.com and region equal to east. So for this name, I'm giving access to east. So I will only be like whenever I log in, so I will only be able to see east region data. So likewise, I can give any username. Let's say else if I can write any other username and I can continue. So let's say I will write one more condition. Let's say Ajay Kumar. Okay. So this person will have West region access. Say okay. So I will give this as I will I will give it like this and I will publish this to dashboard. So whenever I log into the Tableau server, I will be able to see east related information. And whenever this person logs in, and he will be able to see west region data. So that way we can control the accesses. Or okay, yeah. So this way we can see, we can control the data. So that's the importance of Tableau server. Let's say you can publish any dashboard to the server, and depending upon the users that they log in. So uh, I have published with all regions, but whenever some person logs in, so he will be able to see. So I will be able to decide which type of uh, columns he need to have access, and what are the values he need to have access. So we can write a condition, and so that they will be able to see their relevant information. So that way we can restrict in the server. And there are three components, sorry, five components in Tableau server: application server, SQL, and data server. So this, I mean, mostly these questions are asked in interview. So what are the components of Tableau server? So they will not go much deeper for Tableau developers. Why? Because I mean, at least we should know some components of Tableau server. So SQL server. So anybody have idea about SQL? So this we have discussed in our beginning sessions. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So SQL is a patent query language for Tableau, which is visual query language. So if you give data to this SQL server, it will convert it to visualization. So if you provide data to SQL server, so it will convert it to visualization. In the same way, if we go to Tableau also, so whatever data that we provide, we can see that data in a representation with visualizations. So it's, yeah, like this we can see. So yeah, so we'll discuss about these five components. So application server, so it processes and hold browsing and permissions for the Tableau server and mobile interfaces. So Tableau we can also access in mobile interfaces. So there is an application called Tableau Mobile. So apart from Tableau desktop, Tableau server, in mobile we have an application called Tableau Mobile. Okay, so you can install Tableau Mobile in your mobile, and you can install and you can see the dashboards in your mobile. Yeah, so then the application thread server thread begins and verifies the permission for that user, and that. Okay, so application server is basically to provide permissions to the user. So if I want to give, let's say I have dashboards. So let me show one of the dashboard that I had sent. So I'm publishing all my dashboards in this server, in Tableau public server. So I'll just go back to this. Yeah. So I have published almost 26 dashboards. Kishore, can you go on mute? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I have almost published 26 dashboards. So in Tableau server also, so if I, okay, so I have published it here. So if I share this link with you, so you will also be able to see all these 26 dashboards. Okay, so in this 26 dashboards, in Tableau server, you can restrict which dashboard I need to give access to which people. Let's say you have 100 people in your organization. Let's say for four dashboards, you want to give for 100 people. And the next four, you want to give some 10 people only. So that we can decide by using permissions. So that will be taken care by application server. So application server will take so it will take the permissions, like we need to give permissions to access the dashboard. So that will be taken care by application server. And we have one more important visual server, so which is a patent query language for Tableau. So if a view is released, the client sends a request to the visual process. The visual process then sends queries directly to the data source, returning a result set that is rendered as images. So whatever data that we send it to visual query. So it writes queries directly to the data source, and it retrieves the data accordingly and renders it as a images or visualization. So each visual query server has its own cache that can be shared across multiple users. Okay, so Tableau will store the cache memory. So whenever you open something in Tableau server and you refresh the link, that will be stored as it is. And if you do some selections in Tableau server, so those selections will, even if you refresh, the selections will be there because it stores cache data. And data server. So Tableau data servers allows you centrally control and store Tableau data sources. It also manages metadata from Tableau desktop like calculations, definition, and groups. Okay, so not only normal data, it will also store metadata. Okay, so metadata is nothing but so names of the dimensions, names of the measures, names of the tables, schemas. Not only that, it will store names of calculations, definitions and all. Even the groups it will store. Okay, yeah. So metadata is nothing but it will also store the names or headers of the dimensions, measures, tables, schemas, calculations, and groups. The published data source can be founded on a Tableau data engine extract, a live connection to a relational database. Okay, so published data source. So we can also publish the data source to the Tableau server. So let's say sample superstore is there. So we can also publish to server. So here it is not enabled. Why? Because I have connected to Tableau public. In Tableau public, we can't publish any data source. So normally, if you want to publish this data source, let's say you have some Excel files in your desktop. You don't want to share that Excel files to your customers. So then you publish that to server, and then they can connect to Tableau server and then access the data. Instead of you sending the files to them, so you can just update the Tableau server data source. So data servers basically store the data at a central location. And let's go to backgrounder. So backgrounder refreshes, schedule extracts, and manages other background tasks. So as we discussed earlier, so backgrounder is nothing but it will take care of scheduled extracts, and background tasks. Background tasks. So all these scheduled extracts are background tasks by because. So let's say I have published this dashboard. Okay, and I want to refresh this dashboard every weekly. Weekly, I want to refresh it. So weekly 10 a.m. I want to refresh this particular dashboard. So that will run in the background. So we can schedule it accordingly. I will show you those images in the coming slides. So we'll discuss about gateway now. It is the primary table, or let me go to that slide. Okay. So like this, we can create the schedules. Okay. So there will be schedules like refresh daily at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock, or refresh daily 1 o'clock and 1:30 and 5:30. So Pacific US. So we can create this schedules, and whenever we publish the dashboard or data source, we can directly use these schedules and and at that particular time, the dashboard will get refreshed. So like this, we can select the schedules which are already been created. So normally what we need to do is we need to create the schedules first. Create the schedules. So create the schedules in the sense, let's say you want to refresh it daily at 9 a.m. because you can create that schedule, and weekly 10 a.m. let's say, and monthly 2 p.m. Monthly 2 p.m. on 10th. Okay, so let's say I have 26 dashboards. So in all these 26 dashboards, I want to uh, schedule for 10 dashboards. I want to schedule daily 9 a.m. Okay, so once you publish and you extract, you can see all these three options. Okay, when you want to schedule the refresh, so you can see whatever refreshes timings that you have created. So you can select daily 9 a.m. or weekly 10 a.m. or monthly 2 p.m. based on the schedule times that you have created. So here already these schedules are being created. Okay, once you select these schedules, so it will be automatically refreshed at that particular time. Okay, so that's about backgrounder. So in the background, all these tasks will be run. And yeah, so here you can see the architecture of Tableau server. So gateway, this is the gateway. And once this gateway is crossed, we go to data services and analytical services. So where we can do our analytical processing and all, and content management services. So content management services is nothing but where it will manage the permissions and all, and what all accesses we have provided to the users and all. And sharing and collaboration services. So sharing and collaboration is nothing but sharing the URL with the user. Or so let's say I'm able to see this 26 dashboards. So with the same link, so they will also be able to open the dashboard. But whatever access that I have provided, if I give only 4 out of 26, so they will only see 4 dashboards. So that way I can share and collaborate the services. And backgrounder, we know that we can do extract, schedule the refreshes and refresh the extracts. And SQL server is basically converts the data into visualization, and application server is basically takes care of permissions. Okay, so not only that, so the files will have a repository. So even if the front end, if you might miss some dashboards, so that will be stored in the backend, and we can see that. And this can also be connected to Windows or Linux server. Like we can install Tableau server in Windows or Linux or Mac OS. And these are some public clouds: AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. And private clouds, OpenStack or VMware. So these are some of the cloud servers that we have. Okay, so now we will discuss about gateway load balancer. It is a primary Tableau server which trials request to other components. So it's the main thing. So from here only we will get the, so after crossing this gateway only, we can go to other backgrounder or vSQL servers and all. So this is the primary Tableau server basically. And requests which come in from the client firstly strike the gateway server and then routed to the appropriate procedures. Okay, if multiple procedures are configured for any component, the gateway will work as a load balancer and share the request to the procedures. So this is the main part. So this is like a entrance pass. So whatever dashboard that we are going to publish, so that will go in an order. So it will balance the load as well. Let's say I am publishing one dashboard and the other users or other developers are also publishing dashboards and extracting the refreshes and all. If all the extracts are being refreshed at the same time, so this gateway will act like a load balancer. So basically, gateway load balancer will act like a load balancer. Okay, so this is the primary Tableau server. Okay, so any procedure after crossing this gateway, only it will enter into the other procedures. It will enter into the other procedures. Okay, so this is so this is a load balancer in a single server configuration. Every procedure sits on the gateway or primary server. When running in a distributed atmosphere, one physical magic is designated the primary server, and others are designated as a worker servers. Okay, so if you have multiple servers, so one will be acting as a primary server and others will be designated as working servers. And Tableau server always uses only one machine as the primary server. Okay, so it will consider only one machine as the primary server, and rest all it will consider as worker servers. Okay, so this is about components of Tableau: application server, vSQL server, data server, and backgrounders, gateway, load balancer. So I'll just take a pause here. So if you guys have any questions. Okay, Sandeep, can you tell me what is vSQL server? Okay, Ravitaji, can you tell me what is vSQL server? Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So basically, vSQL process sends a query directly to the data source. Okay, and it will retrieve the data. So it will take the data from the data source, and whatever information we require based on the queries, it will fetch the data, and that data will be showed as an images or as visualization. So that is about vSQL server. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, correct, correct, correct. Yeah, yeah. First in, first out. So whatever dashboard is coming in this order, so it will take the orders based on the chronological. Even the refreshes. So while putting the extract refreshes also, you can give the priorities. So if you think there are some, like I have published this 26 dashboards. So in this 26 dashboards, let's say only this one is my priority dashboard. So I will put this priority as 1. And for other dashboards, I will put some priority as 50 or 20. Okay, so while doing the scheduled refreshes, Tableau will take this as a priority and this will run first. So let's say at 9 a.m., all the dashboard has to refresh. And I have set priority 1 for this one and priority 10 for all rest of the dashboards. So Tableau will consider this session 27 dashboard as a primary or the priority one, and it will refresh this first and then later it will refresh the other dashboards. So we can set the priority also. So in that way, gateway load balancer will take care of those priorities as well. Okay, so let's move to the next slides. Okay, so we'll see some key points about Tableau server. So let's learn how to leverage Tableau server to access interactive insights. So this session will help to familiarize with the main features of Tableau server and enabling you to publish, share, and administrate content. So main functions of Tableau server is where we can publish and share, administrate our content. So I can share my dashboards. So these are the dashboards that I can publish, and I can share. What is the meaning of administrate? So not only sharing. So in sharing also you need to put some conditions. Let's say you have some country level information, and each and every state you have state leaders. So in that state leaders, that particular state leader has to see only his data, his state related information. So we need to administrate in such a way that, let's say, Karnataka state leader, when he opens his dashboard, he should be able to see Karnataka data. Even if I'm publishing whole country information, whenever that particular user logs in, he should be able to see Karnataka details only. And whenever Telangana state leader logs in, he will be able to see only Telangana information. And when some prime minister or so country leader logs in, he should be able to see all states in India. So this we can control using this username function, calculation 2, and this username function. So whenever I log into the Tableau public, if I publish this dashboard, whenever I log in, I will be able to see only East region data. And when this person logs in, Ajay Kumar, so you will be able to see only West region data in Tableau public. So this way we can restrict. So that is called as administrate. Okay. So Tableau will enable us to publish, share, and administrate the content, so that we can restrict the users to see what type of access they need. And as a Tableau desktop user, you will be able to create workbooks, views, dashboards, and data sources in Tableau desktop, and then publish this content to your server. So what all we can publish to server? So we can publish Tableau views, workbook, data sources. So this all we develop in Tableau desktop. And then publish it to Tableau server. As a Tableau server user, you will be able to access up-to-date content and gain quick insights without relying on static distributed content. So when I say up-to-date content, so if the server is connected to live connection, okay, live connection data. So without any manual intervention, so the charts which are there in the Tableau server will get updated with the latest data. Let's say this chart is there. Whatever chart that I'm opening in the Tableau public. In Tableau public, it might not get updated, but let's say some value got added to tables. Maybe it became positive. So then you can see that the value will also get changed automatically in the Tableau server itself. So without any manual intervention, you can see the values getting changed in the Tableau server. So so in that way, you can see up-to-date content. So as a Tableau server administrator, you will control who has access to server content to help protect sensitive data. Administrators can set user permissions on projects, workbooks, views, and data sources. So likewise, if we have some, let's say, so your server will also look like this. You will have folders in your server. And server administrator can restrict who can see this particular folder, who can see this particular folder, and go into this folder, and what are, so inside folders you can create subfolders. So you can restrict the data for these folders, and let's say you have given for 10 people, and you can give one to one dashboard as well, not only folders. So in that way, we can restrict the data, who all can see this folder names and all. So in that way, administrator can give access to the users to help protect sensitive data. So not only that, we can also restrict inside the dashboard also. Whenever some particular user logs in, based on the login, they will be able to see their related information. So administrators can set permissions on projects. So in Tableau, projects are nothing but folders. Project is nothing but folders. And workbooks, views, and data sources are, this is called as, this entire thing is called as workbook. So the Tableau book one, so this is called as workbook, and these are called as views, and this is dashboard. And data sources, so we can, where we can publish data sources also to the server. So right click on this. So this, if you publish this particular data source to the server, so this is called as a data source publishing. And now let's go to Tableau. Yeah. So this is how a Tableau server looks like. Okay. So here you can see the workbooks. And as I said, so combines and retention. So this is a folder basically. In this folder, you have dashboards and all. So this folder is called as a project. You can see combines and retention project. So basically these folders are called as projects. And use, okay, so what are the key points about Tableau server? User experience. So navigating the Tableau server, web authoring, managing subscriptions, publishing, and leveraging the data server. So what all we can do? Navigating the Tableau server in the sense, so you can use Tableau server, like you can see through these dashboards, worksheets, which are already prepared, and you can hover on that and you can see the information, like what all you can do it in Tableau desktop. You can see all the types of information, like, so they don't need to have any Tableau desktop access and all. So they can, what all we can do in Tableau desktop, apart from development things, so they can just see the developed dashboards in the Tableau server. So without any Tableau desktop license, they can view the dashboards in the server. So that's the importance of navigating the Tableau server. And web authoring. So we can also edit in the Tableau server. You might not be able to have like these many options will not be available. Like you can't easily edit like Tableau desktop, but there is also an option called web authoring. Web authoring meaning you can edit the dashboards. You can edit the dashboards in Tableau server. Similarly, like this, like you can drag and drop these columns if you want, and most of the options, whatever we have in Tableau desktop, can be done in Tableau server using web authoring, but not all. So you can't do, however, we have done in Tableau desktop, but not all things are possible in web authoring. So that's about web authoring and managing subscriptions. Okay, so we can subscribe to the Tableau server as well. So how we can subscribe to the Tableau server? I'll just show you one example. Yeah, so I'll take this graph. Okay, let's say we have this line chart, and whenever this line chart crosses, let's say 120K, so we have a value sales of 1,18,455. So we can subscribe in the Tableau server. So we can subscribe in the Tableau server. So there you will see an option called subscribe. So subscribe, and you can put the conditions like, if my sum of sales is greater than 120K, then you can set a condition that you will get an email as a notification. So when this value is getting more than 120K, then it will trigger an email to your inbox, so that you can see the value which is going 120K. Or you can say, if it goes like 50,000 below, the value is below 50,000, then you can trigger an email, so that you will know this particular sum of sales is going down. So that's the reason you are getting an email, and you can take action on that particular sales. So that way we can subscribe to our Tableau server, and we can publish Tableau desktop to Tableau server. So that we have already seen, where we can publish using this option. And now let's discuss about leveraging the data server. Okay, so in server, leveraging the data in the sense like, we can consume the data in Tableau server. So whatever data that we are publishing, so we can make use of that data in Tableau server. So that's about user experience and embedding views. So server administration, navigating the Tableau server. So all these options we have seen, and the user experience and managing subscription, publishing, leveraging the data server. So these are the same options where we can embed the views. And how to schedule the refreshes. So whenever we have published any dashboard to the server, so there is an option called schedule a refresh. So if the refresh schedules are already created, then you can see this option. Otherwise, you need to go to the schedule refresh, and you need to create a new schedule, and you can make use of that. And here are the steps to create a schedule in your Tableau server. Okay, so web authoring versus Tableau desktop. As I said, so you can do some development in Tableau server as well. So you can do some edit in Tableau server, and we will see what all we can do in web authoring. So your authoring capabilities are determined by your license level. For an overview of what you can do with each license level, you can access right-click menu actions, measures and dimensions in the view, but not on every item in the workspace. Okay, so you can access measures and dimensions in the view. So web authoring, so likewise we can access dimensions and measures in Tableau desktop. You can also access it in the Tableau server. And keyboard shortcuts for web authoring and Tableau desktop are not the same. So there are some keyboard shortcuts. If you remember, so there are some keyboard shortcuts. So let's go to this Tableau desktop. So if I want to create a new worksheet, so I need to click on this. Otherwise, there is one more option. So you just select Control and click on M. So I'm not I'm not using the mouse. So if I type in Control M, so it will create a new worksheet, which is sheet 6. So Control M, if you type in, it will keep on creating worksheets. So that's a shortcut. So you can see it here also. So I have hovered on the new worksheet thing. So that is a shortcut to create a new worksheet. So there are some shortcuts which you cannot use it in web authoring. So this Control M shortcut, you can't use it in web authoring. Okay, so in the web environment, you can connect to data and create workbook from those data sources or data published through Tableau desktop. Okay, so there are some web authoring activities. So Explorer can edit workbooks. So only Explorer. So there are some permission levels. So we will discuss in the permissions. Yeah. So these are the list of permissions levels who can do what in Tableau server. So there will be server administrator who can access the entire data in Tableau server, full access to all server and site functionalities, and all content on the server and all users. So they can basically do whatever they want to. Like they can create folders, they can delete folders, they can give permissions to the users, they can schedule the refreshes, create the users, delete the users, and all. So everything can be done by server administrator. And server can have multiple sites. Okay, server will have an admin. Okay, server can have multiple sites. Okay, so there will be site administrators as well. So server admin will have access to all the sites, but site admins will have access to their particular sites. So like a server admin, but only for individual sites. So site admins will have similar access what server admin has, but to their sites. Let's say in current scenario, I have site 1 and site 2. Okay. If I'm a site 1 administrator, I will only be able to create users in site 1. I will not be able to create anything in site 2. So site 1, there will be one administrator, and site 2, there will be one administrator. So they can do whatever they want to in their particular sites. But a server admin can do, he can do anything he want in both the sites. Okay, so what a site administrator can do, he can add users, change site roles in their site, but only if the server admin has given them permission. So server admin can restrict the site admins. So a user can be a site administrator on multiple sites. So let's say I have three more sites, site 3, site 4, like this. I can be site admin for 2 sites, or I can be site admin for 3, or I can be admin for all the 4. So that depends on how server admin wants to give me access. Okay, so if I want to be, so there is an option that is available on which all sites I can be an admin and all. Okay, so publisher access. Publisher access is nothing but who can publish the dashboards, mainly to publish the dashboard. To publish the dashboard. Publishers can connect to the server from Tableau desktop and upload workbooks to workbooks and data sources. So publisher who has publisher access, so he can upload workbooks and data sources to the Tableau server. They can also interact with and download the views that are on the server. So not only publish, they can also download the data. Okay, so these are some of the interview questions I could say. So they will ask you like what all a Tableau server admin can do and what all a site admin can do, and whether the site admin can have access to other sites or not, and what is the roles of publisher. I mean the person who has access as a publisher. And so these are the I mean you need to answer in this way that the publisher can publish the dashboards and workbooks and data sources, and they can also interact with the dashboards where they can also download the workbooks from the servers. And interactors can browse the server and interact with the published views. Okay, so interactor cannot publish. So he can just view. Interactor can browse the published data sources, published dashboards. Okay, so he can just interact with the dashboards. Okay, so that's about interactor. So he cannot publish. So he will not have the permissions to publish. And as the name, so we also have viewer. As the name suggests, they can view workbooks. However, they will only get a flat image and cannot interact with it. So this viewer will only have the ability to view the dashboards. Okay, so they can only view the workbooks in the Tableau server. So viewer, as the name suggests, so they can view the dashboards in the server, in the Tableau server. Okay, so we also have unlicensed. So unlicensed users cannot sign into the server. So they will not be able to sign into the server. Mainly use it to free up license spots without removing the user. Okay, so this user, we can see this username in the Tableau server, but when we keep it as an unlicensed user, that means it will not take some license spots. So this will not be considered as license in Tableau server. So for every user that we provide access, so that will consider as one license, but Tableau server license. Consider as a Tableau server license. Okay, so we need to pay for this for each and every access that we provide to the user. So I mean, organization has to uh, buy the space, or for each and every user, organization has to pay for the services which are provided by Tableau server. And we also have an options that viewer can publish. So viewer normally will have the ability to view the dashboard. So he can't do any other things. And there is an option called viewer can publish. So he will be able to publish also. So there is an option. So you can see similarly in the Tableau server. So if we give this access, so not only he can view the dashboard, he can also publish the dashboard. And analyst can also publish. He can't view the dashboards in the Tableau server, but he can publish. So that's the opportunity of this unlicensed can publish. So that would be primarily be used for automated scripting activities. So we are using for an unlicensed user to publish, to run some automated scripting activities. Let's say in the background, we might put some Tableau server activities, or we might publish some Tableau prep flows. So in the background, to run those scripts in the background, we might use unlicensed person to publish. So that's about list of accesses that we have. And I will discuss about best practices for publishing data sources. So we need to maintain a data source naming convention. So whatever dashboards that you are publishing, so you need to mention that properly. Let's say if I have published in the server, so I have mentioned session 27, session 20. So that is the type of order that I have maintained. So you need to maintain in such a way. You need to give some information about that particular dashboard, what it represents, and you need to maintain that way. If I'm maintaining session 25, session 21, session 22, so it has to be consistent. Like in some places, I have given session second batch. So this is not looking as a consistent. Maybe you can keep this thing in separate folder. So naming convention is must. And when to use an extract. In some cases where we can't directly connect to the Tableau server. So there are some places like Tableau Online can't connect to the live connections. So in some cases, or some of the web data connectors, web data connectors or WDC will not allow to keep live connection. So in such cases, we go for extract. And other scenario is where you know that the data itself is loading every month, at first. So then there is no point you refresh it daily. So on every month you can schedule it, and every month first 9 p.m. or something. So your data will get refreshed at 9 p.m. So in such cases, we go for extract. So improving performance. So we need to take care of the dashboards in such a way that we need to improve the performance. Even if the server supports live connections to your data, an extract might make more sense. So when you compare with the extract connection and live connection, extract and live connection. So extract is faster. Okay, if you have a dashboard connected to extract connection, that is faster. It is slower compared to extract connection. Okay, so I will tell you why this is faster. As the data is attached to the dashboard. Okay, so then there is no, it will not hit the server every time. It will not hit the Oracle or SQL or any database server Okay, so whenever I'm trying to see any visualization, it will not hit the Oracle or SQL or any database server. So it will search for the data in the dashboard itself. So that's the reason it is faster. So in live, what happens is it is directly connected to the server. It is directly connected to the server. So every time when I do any interaction, it has to hit the server. It has to hit the server and then fetch the information. So that's why it might be somewhat slow compared to extract connection. Okay, so that's the reason. So for example, if the database is large or connection is slow, you can extract a subset that includes only the pertinent information. The extract can be easier and faster to work with the connecting live other than connecting live. So in cases where you can use a live connection or an extract that you refresh on a schedule, you might want to experience both options. So those are the main reasons why do you want to connect to live or extract. Okay, if the data is not very frequent, not very frequently updating, then you can choose extract. So that's the main reason. And that way we can improve the performance. So that's about theoretical part of Tableau server. So any questions? Okay, so let me, Santosh, do you have any questions? I see your hand raised. Okay, so Ravi, can you tell me what is the role of a publisher? Hello? Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Okay. Suganya, can you tell me what is the role of site administrator? Okay. Sandeep, can you tell me? Oh, sorry. Sandeep, can you tell me what is the role of site administrator? Okay, no problem. Yeah, so okay, Santosh, can you tell me about unlicensed user? Okay, so no problem. So with that, we have completed Tableau server related topic. So there might be some few of the questions. Tableau developers might also get the questions like what are the roles of this server administrator, site administrator, and what are the key components of Tableau server, and what is the architecture of Tableau server. And so you can say that gateway is the primary Tableau server, and we also have background data engine. So Tableau have Tableau data engine as well, and vSQL server, which is a patent query language, and you can say these application servers and all. And what all OS you can install in Windows or Linux servers, and you can use AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. So all these public cloud servers you can use. And what are the key features of Tableau server, where we can publish and share the dashboards to the users, and also we can administrate the content that we have published. So we can restrict the users to see what all access they can have in the Tableau server. So that's about Tableau server. So we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you all for joining. Yeah, Tableau public, yeah, where we can host our work. Yeah. So basically, so Tableau server, what it does is hosting platform. Tableau public is also online. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So same thing. You can store things here, and they will. So in Tomcat also you can store the things. So everybody can access in from your organization. So in the same way, we can publish in the Tableau server, and I'm just storing it over there. So let's say I have published this in Tableau Public, where I'm host. That's Tableau Public is also a online hosting platform. Tableau Public is online hosting platform, but there is no restriction here. Anybody can see my dashboards, so I can't restrict someone to not to see my dashboard. So let's say I have published 26 dashboards, but in Tableau Public I don't have the ability to restrict the data. But in Tableau Server, in your organization people only will have the access to the dashboard, and in that also you can restrict the information. Got it? Yeah. Mhm. In Tomcat, you need to install Tableau Server. Yeah, so then only you can. So likewise, you have installed Tableau Desktop, right? So in the same way, you will have Tableau Server also. There is a file. Yeah, it is free. I mean, it is free in the sense maybe you can. I've never tried this. Maybe we can try it. I will let you know. I will download and I will see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then thank you all for joining. We'll continue. Yes. Is it Santosh? Yeah, Narayan.